Hey, what's up, guys? So I normally don't talk about League of Legends on this channel, but I've been playing it over the last few days, and I just felt like there was something I wanted to say about it. So I started playing the game like 2 or 3 years ago in my senior year of college, and since then I've gotten to Plat, which I know isn't like super impressive or anything, but I know a little bit about the game, and I feel like I can talk a little bit about it. So I don't think it's any secret that over the last few years, Riot has been struggling to grow their game. They're losing players to new games, they're not retaining new players, they're not keeping their old players, they're just losing players. Now, some of that is natural, it's just the life cycle of a game, people move on to new things. But losing new players is a different story. When a new player comes to League, they come because they're interested in the game, they think it'll be fun, they want it to be part of their life. So what is keeping these new players from staying and playing the game? So, over the last few days, I've been training up a new account as a Tom Kench one-trick, because he's like my favorite champion, and I just wanted to see how far I could get in ranked with him. So in my time playing these low-level games to train up my new account so that I could start playing ranked, I think I have come to realize one of the biggest issues that is facing Riot in terms of player retention right now. And that issue, simply put, is that half of the people who are playing in low-level games are just dodging bans on their main account. Now, the reason that that's a problem is because it just makes low-level games an absolute toxic cesspool of cancer. And I know if you played League for a while, you probably think that's par for the course. I'll just say I've played a lot of games of League, and I have never seen more consistent toxicity than in low-level blinds. You see, when players are banned, temporarily or permanently, they rarely actually quit the game. They don't actually reform their behavior. They just make a new account and are as toxic as they always were, with one key difference. Now, about half of the people that they are being toxic to are new players. I mean, can you imagine being a new player in this environment? Can you imagine coming to League right now where it is for the first time ever? I mean, let alone the fact that you're getting dumpstered in almost every single game because everyone you play against is a smurf. Now, couple that with the fact that everyone is flaming you when you do badly, too. How long do you think someone in that situation is going to keep playing the game? And of the players who don't quit, how many of them do you think start to become part of the problem, because it's either adapt or stop playing? Now, I'm decent enough at the game to recognize good gameplay, I'm decent enough at the game to not do overly stupid things, and I will say the vitriol that I have faced in blinds from other players who are flaming me for doing things wrong is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, there should be no expectation in low-level blinds that people be at least Plat-level skill in their gameplay, and I suspect that even if they were, it wouldn't actually matter, because herein lies the problem. These people are actually just toxic, unpleasant people. These people have deep-seated issues, and they're not going to stop being toxic just because you're good at the game or you're not good at the game. So what's happening in League is that these people are acting as gatekeepers for new players who are completely disincentivized from actually trying to stick around and learn how to play the game, because every single game they play, they're getting flamed for not being good enough, so how are they supposed to get better? Alright, so it's not hard to say, okay, there exists a problem, and this definitely is a problem. What's more difficult is finding a solution to the problem. At first I was thinking that Riot could just IP ban people who are repeat offenders, but the issue there is that people who are playing in dorms or in public Wi-Fi tend to have the same IP addresses as one another, and so there are potentially hundreds of people playing under one IP. And if Riot were to ban that IP just because it has a lot of bans on it already, they would effectively be blocking out all of these other people who have done nothing wrong. So I have two potential solutions to this problem. The first solution is that Riot takes an absolute zero-tolerance stance on being toxic in low-level games and permabans people for their first infractions. The solution works in a couple of different ways. If the account is actually someone's first account and they would have otherwise reformed, it's not a big deal for them to go make a new account and train back up. Plus, they were toxic in the game, so they kinda deserved it anyway. And then on the second level, it frustrates people who are repeatedly making new accounts just to get them banned right away anyway, and so either they will reform their behavior or they'll give up and stop trying, which would be a service to the game as a whole anyway. So I really don't see a big issue with this solution. The biggest problem is probably that people who wouldn't have established a pattern of toxic behavior get banned right away, and that can come off as a little harsh. But I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't think Riot can afford to be picky with the way that they do things. Their game is dying, and they have to start taking some more drastic solutions. Not to mention, I've been banned twice for scripting. Permanently banned twice for scripting, despite never once doing it, so obviously they have no qualms about banning the wrong person. My second solution, and this would apply to every single rank, not just low-level norms, is to have a system where people who are about to be punished for consistently misbehaving are given a message telling them as much before before they are banned. Riot makes it perfectly clear that when they ban someone, it's after establishing a pattern of bad behavior, after getting reported multiple times, and so there's a system keeping up with how many times someone's been reported. That system should know when the player is one bad game away from being punished for their behavior. Now, this system would not have to be used in every single situation, so it should never be an expectation that you get a warning before being banned. Just as right now, you can be permanently banned before ever being chat restricted or temporarily banned. If Riot were to be forthcoming with the way this new system would work, I don't see a reason that it wouldn't be objectively better than what's currently in place. If some players are warned before they're permanently banned, I guarantee there will be fewer permanent bans overall, because people will realize that it's not worth losing their account over. Over the past year, Riot's been really incentivizing honor as an actual system built into the game and rewarding players who are more honorable. So I feel like this kind of system goes directly in line with a system like that. They could simultaneously be encouraging good behavior and discouraging bad behavior. Now, I mean, so obviously neither of these solutions would completely cure the problem. There's always going to be toxic players in games, and to an extent, that's kind of how competitive gaming is. Now, that being said, there's still more that Riot could be doing here, and I think the solutions that I proposed are two ways that they could be doing better. So for those of you who care, I'm interested to hear what you think. Do you think my solutions are actually solutions? Do you see any problems with them? Do you have your own solutions? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I will read everything that you guys write. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you disliked the video, leave a dislike. I really don't care. But either way, just remember, never give up, always believe in yourself.